Oh. So, welcome, guys, to the Get Busy Livin podcast with the wonderful Michelle Peel on this morning from Design Studio. And thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us this morning. And we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So, I'll get into what you do in a minute, but I think this question will probably set us off into the right direction. So, what gets you out of bed every morning, Michelle?
What gets me out of bed every morning? Well, what gets me out of bed is knowing that I get to help, someone move from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to finally seeing their business come together. I've been where they are, buried in ideas, courses, not knowing where to start. So for me, it's that moment when clarity lands for a client, when their brand suddenly feels aligned and exciting. That's what energizes me. And it's about creating businesses that don't just look good. They actually work and give people the confidence that they need to move forward.
So we appreciate that you're helping the community do that, and I get what you mean, helping people transform. I do the same thing, just in a different way. It's probably similar, but it'd probably be similar because it usually comes back to them and how they look after themselves as well, and then that portrays into their business as well. So I found out.
Yeah. You're only a reflection of yourself, aren't you? Sort of.
I hope so. So what I was going to say, so I see on your LinkedIn profile that you're an international digital marketing consultant and coach, business transformation specialist, empower and elevate your business digital footprint, amplify your online presence. So Tell us, how the hell did you get into that?
Well, I didn't set out to become a business coach. It really grew out of my own journey. I've built two successful brick and mortar businesses, and one that grew to be turning over $1 million plus turnover. Along the way, I learned that there were a lot of lessons, and I learned them the hard way. And what works, what doesn't, and it was really quite overwhelming. But because back then we didn't have online, and I just felt I was always continually trying to piece everything together. And that experience, naturally flowed into me helping others. I created what I call my unique design method, which I founded Design Studio. I'm a fully qualified graphic artist, and having had that business experience, I just felt that I could really bring a one-stop solution to business owners wanting to get off the ground, wanting to fine-tune what they've already got, bringing clarity and, strategy to their systems, their branding, their momentum, and all into one process. So I'm not just speaking from theory, I'm bringing real business experience, to the table. So that's why I do what I do.
So let's go back. Let's go right back. And so when you get out of high school, did you go straight into graphic design, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I went into the printing industry. Yeah, I was blessed to get into the printing industry and commercial printing, and did my graphic design way back then, and being fortunate enough to continue with the growth and the transition of technology and all of that. So I'm very much up to speed with the changes that have happened along the way. And so it's been my passion. I am a true creator. That's been my it's in my blood, if you can say that. I don't feel like I'm working when I'm creating, put it that way. So it's really my passion.
And did you have to do a degree for that, or did you have to get?
Yes. Yeah. So I had to do a 4-year course, uni course, and just got the degree. But I'm always refreshing all the time, getting new stuff under my belt, and keeping ahead of the change. So yeah, it was really great, and was able to run a department in Melbourne for 9 years, and then we started our first business. My husband and I, we did his profession and ran that for 11 years, and ran our second business in Queensland for 14 years, and built that up to be turning over $1 million plus annually. So had some fun along the way, and being able to sort of always implement my skill set, with tech, with design. Systems run businesses, and if you've got the right system in place, the system runs you. So that's always been a big thing with me. So with any business I've ran.
So where was that? Where was your hubby's business?
In Geelong, in Victoria, we started.
Victoria.
Yeah, we lived in Ocean Grove down there.
Yep.
So we moved to Queensland 25 years ago, and haven't looked back. Yeah, love it up here, and I'm actually in Victoria at the moment, so it's bloody freezing. So I realise why I live in Queensland now.
Well, there's a reason why they call it the Sunshine State.
Yeah, that's right.
It's actually sunny. It's actually sunny.
Yeah, going from 26 degrees down to 16 degrees is a big change to the whole system.
I went to uni there, so I know what it's like.
Right.
It's a lottery when it comes to sunny days. I was going to say, so if you don't mind me asking, what business did your hubby have?
He had a Crown and Bridge dental laboratory.
Oh,
yes. So we built that up from scratch. We started that out in our third bedroom when we first were married, and built that up, and went into a laboratory in Belmont, in High Street, in Geelong, and we were there for 11 years, and then needed to change course, and then always wanted to live in Queensland, so we bought a business online and built that up over 14 years. So it's been a great journey. I've really been grateful for the experience in that, but I really do believe where I am today, finally doing my craft, is where I'm meant to be. I think the lessons along the way have really positioned me to be able to pass on the experiences and knowledge that I've learnt to others that are kicking off their ventures. Everyone should have the opportunity to run their own business. I mean, it's the ultimate. It really is.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll talk about that later on. There's a reason why you shouldn't be an employee. But what was I going to say? So tell us about don't hold back. Tell us about the business that you built to 7 figures.
Yeah, well, that was a little stationery business. Gentleman that we bought it from was a true gentleman. We actually bought it online, would you believe? I travelled up and back, several times to check it all out, make sure it was legit. And he was an accountant, and he wasn't keen to do the GST. And the GST came in 2000, as you know, and he just didn't want to deal with that. So we bought the business off him. It was, it was sitting there. It wasn't doing anything. It was just a little backyard sort of stationery business. And we joined 2 years in, we ended up joining a buying group, Office Choice, and we were with them, for our journey, and that sort of gave us the tools that we needed to build the business profile and get us out there. And networking to me was my ultimate way of building the business, and I just love working with people and helping people, and sort of never been a salesy kind of person. I've always been a solutions person and really got people solutions with their stationery and office supplies. So it was right from furniture to printers to just a pen and paper. It was everything we did. Pretty much an office works, but personalised. It was really a family business that we just grew and grew, and here we are. Yeah.
So how many employees did you have?
I had what did we have? Half a dozen staff in that business. 6 staff, and we were hands-on in the business as well. But we were also able to be flexible because we had our 2 children, and that was one of our things about running our own business, being able to be present for them. And I've built 2 beautiful children understanding work ethic, and my son's now in his own business, and it's just the generations are just feeding on. So it's really great that we could set them up to understand what it takes to be present with your family as well as have a life. So it was certainly what we enjoyed doing. Yeah, it's really good fun.
Yeah, because they do crazy. Their opening hours up here anyway, and I've been down there. They do crazy hours. They open like at 7 in the morning and they close at 9 at night. So
no, we didn't do any of that crap. And like Officeworks was really just starting to come into the. Sorry, I shouldn't speak like that, but we,
I was like, oh, cool.
We were.
Okay,
we sort of did it Saturday morning and that, and it was all B2B predominantly. We did do a bit of retail across the floor as well, which was fun. We just did the typical 8 to 5 hours, and we had our team sort of locked up at night and opened in the morning, and we got in there once we dealt with the kids, and it was really great. It was really good system, good team. We had great team, and that's the thing, having a good support system behind you, it makes it all work. Yeah. So no, we
yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right. Sorry, keep going. The office
yeah, because now they're like,
there's a bit of a delay, isn't there?
There is.
Yeah.
You go.
Officeworks was really starting to become very prominent in the area, and putting like all the hardware stores, like all the fruit shops, like all the milk bars, that big brother thing started really taking over as well towards the end there. And we sort of just we hung in there because we had the loyalty, which was really good.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because now it's their franchises as such, so they have multiple. They have a lot of employees because they must obviously because they're open 14 hours, so they must have double shift, 2 lots of shifts, and they'd overlap, and
absolutely, and I think they're all ex-stationers used to have their own businesses because they're taking over the whole industry in Australia, I find. But there's still people who have their own franchises in what we were in as well. But it's tough. And if stationery is inclined to be a dying area. If you notice Officeworks, they're predominantly tech or furniture. There's not a lot of pens and paper that they promote. So if you don't diverse in that industry, you won't survive. Yeah. So we got out of it anyway. Hubby got crook, so had to get something else as well. So we had to change direction, course correct, and here we are today. Yeah.
So then, obviously, did you sell that business or did you?
We didn't sell it. No, we ended up I ended up joining up with another business owner in the same group, and took my database with me and joined them and worked with them for quite some time and kept things running. Yeah, it was really good.
Oh, right. So like a joint venture as such.
Yeah, it was really great, and was able to keep doing what I knew, and but in the background was building this up slowly, and knew that I wasn't done. Still had more to offer. I wanted to run my own business again. Working for someone else when you've been your own boss for quite some time, it's a big thing. You just once you get the taste of it, it's pretty hard to go back.
I totally understand. I get it. Robert Kiyosaki calls a job just over broke.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
I mean, this is how much the government doesn't trust employees, but trust business owners. They take the
Yeah,
tax before you even get to see the money.
that's it. Yeah, it's
You don't get to
bloody.
see the money. It just goes straight to the tax office.
Just go straight. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Oh, look, it's just don't get me
That's what I'm
started on
saying.
that.
It's how much they don't trust the employees. But a small business, at least they give you 12 months to declare what you've made,
Yeah,
and then they
that's
tax you.
right. Yeah, that's
And of
right.
course, you're as a business, you can you can write off a whole of a lot more than what you can as an employee.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's
Positive.
why I'm doing what I do, because the majority of people kicking off really don't understand the benefits. They have that fear of jumping ship out of their full-time employment. I mean, yeah, you've got to have your cash flow behind you and all of that, but there are a lot of benefits when you're running your own business, and the certainly having someone who's lived it, and being beside them whilst they're growing is really helpful, because you can certainly point out bits and pieces like that about what we can do as business owners to get us ahead. Yeah.
Just wanted to say hello to Sophia Reggio. She says hello there. She says hi. So she's in
Hi,
the
Sophie.
States. So it must be
Must be late there. Yeah.
in the evening over there. Yeah, it'll be late. It'll be late. So yeah, thanks very much, Sophia, for joining us. And if you've got any questions for Michelle, please do so, because there's at the end of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Happy to answer
What was
any
I going to say?
questions.
Definitely. What was I going to say? So you started this business. You got got out of the stationery business, and you started this. So what happened then? What brought you into doing what you do now? Because that's what obviously happened.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I transitioned slowly. I was doing work for clients that were just not sure of how to profile themselves online, and I just love the fact that I can work globally, and I do work globally. I have clients in the UK, New Zealand, Singapore. I have them all over the globe, and I'm quite flexible. And I was fortunate enough to get a feel for that through another business platform that I was sort of testing, but it was a little bit restrictive. I didn't like that I wasn't my own person. I was sort of working for as a distributor for a company, and working late hours, early mornings, talking overseas. And I thought to myself, you know what? And the business itself required marketing and all of that. And I thought, this is a real model that I could be really promoting, helping businesses to have that flexibility, to have that global presence themselves. So learned a lot of the strategies when I joined doing that business on the side as a bit of a side hustle, and here I am. So I just got going and got my brand going, and joined groups, and got to network with people, and I had a great coach that was really getting me in the headspace I needed to be to get back on track with being an employer, like not an employee, and a business owner again, because it is about your headspace, a lot of it, and believing in yourself, and having had the success I'd had. It was all there. I just had to reignite it all. So this vehicle now has allowed me to really position myself as the go-to for getting people the advice. I see so many people, they invest in courses, and I mean, did it myself. You can do as many courses as you like, and it can tell you what you need to do, but it never gives you the guidance on how to do, right? And that's where my point of difference is. I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a consultant, in the sense that I hold people, by the hand and make them accountable, but I also give them the assets to go with it. As a graphic artist, I can build a website, I can build a landing page, and these are all the things I was able to deliver to my clients. So I felt, you know what, this is a perfect business opportunity for me to be able to bring this to the table for people, especially having had the business experience that I had, you know, and having that hands-on business experience. It's absolute gold, you know. It's absolute gold.
So I see that you're also about empowerment, elevate your business digital footprint. So do you talk about marketing as well?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I have my own platform I offer. It's not imperative that people use it, but I do have my own platform that brings everything all together. Instead of having a big deck of tech and getting confused, I structure it to help people have their website sitting there and have their, you know, automations and workflows, you know, all that sort of stuff in the one place, have their social media there as well so they can schedule stuff. And my idea is to teach them and get them where they want to go and not have to really rely on me, but I'm in the background always, you know, to sort of guide them and give them advice and get them sorted. So, you know, it was really important for me to have that, give my clients the autonomy to be able to do it themselves if they want to, but also along the same path, they're getting a brand, they're getting a, you know, presence digitally, and really having a great footprint.
So let's talk about that then. So, well, obviously every industry is different. So, what's the importance of like having a brand, for instance?
Consistency. So get your brand right, make it yours, own it, and run with it. Basically, when we create a brand for a client, we also provide them with a style guide, so they know how to use their fonts, they know how to use their colors, they know. We also build them templates that they can use and reuse, or we do the whole lot for them. There's a variety of ways we get people set up properly, but consistency is key. It's not about, I'll do a bit here, I'll do a bit there. Consistent, you know, putting yourself out there on socials and having a plan, having a pattern, and being present consistently is what gets you where you want to go.
And exactly right, because that all comes back to being present, yeah. Because
being present, 100%. And you know, a lot of people get caught up because it's quite hard. I mean, life gets in the way, busy, but having that structure in place and having things automated or working in behind the scenes, it takes away that stress, you know, of knowing, oh hell, I've got to do some posting, or I've got to have that, I need to design this. It's, you know, we help you get that all in place, so you're not thinking, how am I going to make this look? What do I do here? You know, we get it all set up for you.
Yeah, right. And so do you use CRMs as well?
100%. My program has all that in it as well. It's all combined in the one. So yeah, everything's all in one place.
You've probably been asked this before. So what CRM do you use?
So it's a platform. I use Choreo Suite, which is a platform that my clients subscribe to. So one of my biggest bugbears has been in the past where I've had websites built by designers and things, and not having access to be able to make changes and having to get them on and change things and pay them and all that sort of stuff is quite costly to a business. So to have that freedom and flexibility with a platform that does everything, CRM, has tech support 24/7, you know, has all of the bells and whistles. You can even have memberships in it, right? So the whole idea of the platform and the CRM being all in one place is so that you can access everything and you're not having to go to another party to get access to, right, via them. My idea was to have a program that you have of your own, and we work in that for you, and you at all times can go in and make changes. If you want us to do it, we can do it too, but generally when you get your program through me, that all comes with it. We can make changes, and it is all part of the process. So you're not continually having to get someone to fix something on your website, and you don't get locked out of your website and things like that. So that was one of my biggest things of having an online business, is having that autonomy. So yeah, it's all about having it all in one place, and support at the same time.
I think that's pretty much 99% of businesses out there, small businesses anyway. Larger businesses not so much. They usually hire someone full time.
Generally, they hire them. So I sort of, for larger businesses, for me, I'm like a fractional CMO, like a fractional chief marketing officer in that regard. So I can, instead of someone employing an actual marketing officer at 120, 150K annually, they get someone like me and my team into their businesses, sort it all out, get things structured and either tidied up or created, wherever they're at. I go in and I assess what they need, and they work. I work with them alongside to build this system and get the system set up properly, so they can then employ someone at lesser cost if they need, or they keep us on and we do it for them, sort of thing. So we're continually working with them and building their marketing campaign. So their business is always evolving. Yeah. So that was one of my biggest things. I looked at advertising agencies and that when I was building my businesses, and to get an advertising agency to come and do some marketing with me for my business was just phenomenal, ridiculous. I just couldn't justify the cost associated with, you sort of outlaying the cost and not seeing the return until, down the track. So I was really determined to have a model that could give people that opportunity to have that marketing person available for their business to grow. Yeah. So that sort of was my idea.
And that's the problem is you outlay a lot of money first up and you don't see any results. It takes months.
It takes time. Yeah.
It takes months before you see any results. So it's as from a business point of view, it doesn't seem feasible. But it's a bit like how can I put it? It's like putting the money up in front for the surgeon, and then hopefully the surgeon
does the job. Well, that's what happens these days now anyway, isn't it?
And then usually, they have to go back in and do secondary surgery to try and figure out, And you're exactly right. Even for myself, I've been down that track so many times. You don't get access to your own website. You don't.
No.
And you're paying all this money for something you don't know what you're doing.
You just don't feel like you own it. You just don't. I find that what I found is that you're continually chasing your tail. With my method, it's about understanding the business. It's my 5-step process is just getting clarity around your business. Getting that understanding and structure the systems is what I do. So it's all about building that foundation right from the get-go is what makes it go forward.
Yeah, that's right. And and then like you said, that's your systems, putting that in place, and that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because for me, go high level seems to be the talk of the town at the moment, and everyone seems to be going on about go high level. But
that is the platform that I use. Actually, it's just a branded version of it. So I don't go direct to go high level because I wanted to have great support for my team, my clients. So it is a good platform. It is really a good platform. But there's cheap ways of getting into it, but it doesn't come with the support and the expertise that we can offer.
They do have a really good sales pitch support.
They do.
It was just relentless, actually. It was relentless.
Yeah.
So, but okay. So, I haven't heard that before. So that's good because no one ever talks about it. No one ever says, "Oh, well."
No, they don't.
There
Yeah.
are actually flaws with these CRMs.
Yeah. There are, and this one's good. It is great. It is as good as they say, but it's having the right people behind you supporting you.
Yeah, and
It's
exactly.
a lot of,
If you have, if the for some reason the website crashes or there's some sort of issue with the back end functions of the website aren't working, then you can ring someone or at least email someone that's gonna respond.
exactly. And it's a human. It's not a bot.
Yeah, it's not a
That's it.
bot. It's actually
Yeah, exactly.
exactly right, and that's what exactly that's what most the CRM I'm using at the moment. The same thing. They have a bot. You have to talk to a bot first, and then if they can't answer your question after about 10 minutes, then they
Yeah,
put you through to someone who's a human.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. And then you don't necessarily get the answers either. Because, and I guess that's my point of difference is that I have that humanness, that service component is it's me, you've got me behind the scenes, and my team and we can action things pretty quickly and make it happen. Yeah, so, and we can jump in and do it for you even, that's sort of the difference. So it's sort of why I love it so much. It's a really great way to get your business running properly.
So tell us a bit more about that. How well, tell us how have you helped someone with their just with that
Well,
side of the business? How have you helped someone?
yeah. Okay. So, well, my unique design method that I've created is basically it brings clarity to understand your business and what you're about. Then I bring strategy in place and what we're going to achieve, what we're going to do, and we roll it out and then we brand the business and get them where they're at. If they've already got branding, we might tweak it a bit. And systems is our system, and then we get momentum happening. So where I've helped clients is they've gone as far as they can go. The majority of the clients that come to me, Michelle, it's just not gelling. It's not polished enough. What can you help me? So we go in and I go in and have a really good, dig into what they've got and where they're at and what they've done and what they're doing. But because I'm a graphic artist, I am a little bit more polished in the way I present or create stuff, right? So I do videos, I do, everything that's designed to help profiling a business. One of my clients in New Zealand, she does, she's a master's dyslexia. She's a dyslexia coach and amazing at what she does. And she came to me wanting to lift her profile and get known, and now, like, we've been working together for probably 18 months now, and it's just amazing what results she's getting with the work we're doing. We're always continually evolving, and what works best, what's working best for her. And with a client, it's about finding that sweet spot and what works best for them, and then we build on that and we get more of that out there. And she's currently about to run a webinar on the 17th for clients, a free webinar, and she's getting people on board. And that's another thing we do. We can help you get those sort of things in place, a landing page to suit it and all that sort of stuff, get the marketing campaign together and the assets are needed. So to help a business do what they want to do and not procrastinate about, how am I going to do sort of thing. We just tidy it up and make things happen.
Yeah, okay. So you basically you help with all the setting up of advertising for that webinar, getting the word out there that
Yeah.
there is actually a webinar.
Yep. Yeah, so a lot of clients, they do their own advertising, but I'm in the background, and we do that too. But it's just depends on their budgets and where they're at. They might prefer to do it themselves, and that's fine too. We're very bespoke. We certainly don't have a set structure that we follow. We have a model that we follow, but we certainly mold our offerings to the client and their budget and where they're at.
And that's very important, because many industry there's different different strokes of different folks. So there's many different industries out there.
For sure.
So
Yeah,
you have to be
one industry
flexible.
might need. Yeah, that's right. And I'm very flexible, and that's a big point of difference. And I find that that's why I've been so successful, because I get it. I understand, where, it's needed and it should be happening, but you put it off because you don't want to outlay the money. But when you've got the right support, and it's not a dead in the water money you're outlaying, you're going to get a result, or get get your assets in place that you can continually reuse, sort of thing. So we're always helping the client get to where they want to go at their pace.
Yeah, and that's another problem with business owners. Blocks. But,
Yes.
yeah, talk to us about that, because businesses. So obviously the business owner as well.
Yeah. So as I said at the beginning, mindset's everything. I find when people work on themselves and get their mind right and believe in the future of where their business is going and visualize where they want to end up, and I give them that confidence and build that in them when they've got the right look and feel that's them. So I'm very blessed where I can actually tap into what that person. I understand them. I get to know their businesses. I get to be a part of their business and where they need to go, and I make that all come together. So they get the confidence and they understand they need to invest in the whole, get marketing happening for the businesses to grow. A lot of businesses get to a certain point where they've gone as far as they can. What's next? What can I do next to sort of get where I want to go? So yeah, there's a real asset having a consultant behind you. I've always had coaches myself in my business growth, having someone who can actually be hands-on and get that result for you. A lot of coaches out there, they don't do anything. They'll just do a talk. They'll talk to you and you've got to go away and do all the work. Well, that's where we're different. We have the talk and we bring together the assets that are going to make you be able to implement, or we implement for you, or whatever it is, wherever you're situated with your business. We make things happen. I hope I answered your question properly.
So you sort of have. Well, give us an example. How have you helped someone with their mindset transformation?
Yeah, so I had a guy, well, actually, he's had a product that he couldn't. He just had so many different marketers that he worked with trying to get his product off the ground, and he came to me and we branded the product, and now he's finally we've been working with him for quite a while now, doing email campaigns out to his database and building that profile. So it's not about just branding, it's also about the email campaigns and things like that we can do. So we set up a system, a process that we do regularly, and he's finally getting traction. He's getting interest in his product, and he's so excited that he's finally got someone that is hands-on and actually got where he's wanted to go with his product, to get the sales happening. So he was stuck. He was absolutely stuck and didn't know where to go. And then when I came on board, he's finally getting known and seen for who he is and what he's got available. So yeah, there's all stories are different. They're all so different, but they're all very much the same. You know what I mean? It's sort of same problem, but we are the solution. Yeah, same principle. Yeah.
Same principle, just different circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I see it all the time. So that's awesome. That's awesome that you helped that gentleman. He obviously fell in love with his business again, because that's really.
He did, and that's the thing. It's falling in love and believing in yourself and your vision and your dream, is absolutely possible. It's just having the right people behind you to get that where you want it to go. Yeah, it's not a one.
Absolutely.
Running a business is not just a one-man show. You do need support. You do need the right people in the right places. Stick at what you know best. Do what you do best, and get other people that know their stuff to do it for you, because it's so much less stress, and you can focus on what you do best.
Yeah, I was watching it was a networking meeting. I think it was Monday night, and they were talking about how business owners, they outsource the stuff that they do like, and then and then leave the crap that they don't like to themselves. So then they get in a rut, and then they get blocks, and of course then they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, they get disheartened and don't know. They forget why they're there and what their purpose is, and it happens so often. It's just, and that's why businesses don't tend to survive, because they get caught in the mechanics of a business instead of focusing on what they originally started it for.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Exactly right. And that's important to have your purpose, your vision, your mission, and your
Well, the E-Myth, that's an amazing book. The E-Myth, you've got your mechanics, you've got your you've got your technicians, you've got all those facets of, that book was a book I read years ago, and it's a great book for business owners to read when they're getting started, to really understand there's the different areas of the business model itself, but not to lose sight of why you're there and what your passion is, because that, you'll soon get burnt out and not want to do what you're doing.
Absolutely. Hallelujah. So, tell us a little bit more about your business. Is there any other facets of your business that you'd like to bring forward?
Yeah, look, I guess it's personable. Like, it's a personal business. It's you have, you talk to me before anything gets kicked off. It's not just a in the box solution. It's basically, we build the solution to your situation, and that's my point of difference. I always build a business model with the person. I don't tell them this is what you need, this is what you should be doing. It's about, what can we do? What's not working for you right now? Let's have a look at it and see what we can do. And I get to the bottom of it. And I've just recently started working with a client who had a person in place, but they weren't across all of their what was being done behind the scenes for the client, and it's got out of hand, and that's where, I'm on top of everything, and I'm watching everything being processed and done, and people. I've got my own VA. She's amazing, but she works with me and for me, doesn't do all of the stuff. I build the system and the process initially, and then we work with the client. And it's not about giving a VA, this is what we need, and just do it. It's a process. So that's sort of my point of difference. And I find clients, they'll get a VA on board, but they don't have the business knowledge. They don't have the graphic design skill set that I have available to the client, and they can absolutely do the work, but it's not necessarily the same kind of quality. So that is a bit of our point of difference. And so that's sort of why I do what I do and why I get the results I do, because I'm across it all.
And that's why you have that backup support that you can help. So do you help clients from overseas? Do you help clients from
100%. Yeah, I've got clients all over the place. UK, I was on a call this morning with my UK client at 5 a.m, my time, and I have clients in KL, New Zealand, Ireland. I've had clients in Ireland, and I'm everywhere. It's absolutely what we do. We certainly want to be global, and it's not just Australia we're working, but it's all over. We love it. Love meeting all the different people out there. It's amazing the different clients we have got. It's such a fun business to be running.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's pretty cool. And so obviously, so geographically, business is not limited. You can help anyone in the world. You can, as long as they can speak English, I suppose. Unless you speak another language.
No, not blessed with that, unfortunately. But no, English speaking, preferably. But I've even had a client in Sweden. She was English speaking and lovely lady, and I built a website with her. And we basically, excuse me, my battery's going flat. I just got to plug it in. We work together, and fortunately the time zones, with being in Australia, it's quite flexible, and I am a bit of a, work both ends of the clock, so it's all good. Yeah, it's anyone that's looking for that support and help. We're the right
Excellent.
people to come to. Yeah.
So you've done well. We're at the 46-minute mark, so thank you very much for doing that. Is there anyone else that you want to talk about that you've helped that stands out that you can think of?
I've got an exciting project on at the moment that is really exciting. They're a Brisbane company. This lady has been building her. She has been building programs and products. She's an author as well. She's written quite a number of books, and she's been doing it for the last 3 to 5 years, and had not really known how to get it out into the marketplace. So fortunately, with my background in the printing industry and all of that, I do we do the business cards, we do the brochures, we do whatever you need to just tie it all in together, because that's what a graphic designer does. So it's not only just online stuff we do, we also do print media as well. And this client, I'm really excited working with her, because we're about to launch her program and the products that actually go with that program for the education system on auditory processing, because they've found that dyslexia and ADHD can be an auditory processing situation. Right? So I'm very passionate about working with people who have got these beautiful ideas for businesses, and then they've got all the tools and not knowing where to just get it out there. So I'm very excited about that all coming to fruition and to life. So there's so many of them. Every business is different, and I'm excited for what's next, who's coming to me next. It's fun. It's good fun. Every business is different, and I just love that challenge.
Very true. Very true. It's just your business is no different than mine. It's everyone's different. You have to treat them differently, and
you do.
Their circumstances are different, so you got to be flexible with what happens.
That's right.
But like you, I'm exactly the same. I've got a base packages, and I just adjust to whatever they need for that package, depending on which one they want.
Yeah, so it's modeling to suit them, and my ideal client, it's an entrepreneur or a small business owner who feels stuck, and just needs that help and support.
Absolutely. So I'll just go on to my third question. So who's your ideal client? Who's your ideal avatar?
Yeah, well, like I said, it's the entrepreneur or the small business owner who has the big ideas but feels they're stuck, and they've invested in doing courses, the tools, or even coaching, and just nothing comes together. So my ideal client, values both strategy and creativity, and they're looking for someone to simplify the process and bring it all into just one place. But most importantly, they're ready to take action and just need the right structure and support to move forward with confidence. So, yeah, that's who I'd like to work with.
Cool. That's very good. So I'll go to my last question. So what ideas or information would you give to create lifelong longevity?
For me, longevity is about balance and consistency. Building a business should, support your life, not consume it. I believe in taking small, meaningful steps, and rather than chasing the quick fixes or the next shiny thing, I'm going to do that. That'll fix my problem. And connection is key. Staying engaged with people and communities that inspire your growth and support you. Having a cheer squad is gold. And adaptability, I guess, being able to be open to change and staying true to your core values. So finally, self-care, it's non-negotiable. Rest, health, keeping boundaries in place, and they're just not a luxury. Have the boundaries and allow what you want to sustain momentum and long-term results. So I'm actually looking at starting a membership, a group type scenario that's going to teach people about the 5 methods that I have in my unique design method. So I will watch this space. There will be some stuff going out there. I've just started putting it out there, that what I do, because I've been doing it for quite some time. It's just about branding what I do now. I've not branded myself properly, and I've just had the clients come because they can see what I do. So that's it. That's me.
All right. So thanks very much, Michelle. So if you want to know more, there's her LinkedIn profile there. You can contact her through that LinkedIn profile, and also you can book a consultation with the strategy call, either on a website or on a design studio website. So either one, you can contact her. So and thank you so much, Michelle. Because you didn't bag me too much, you were quite kind to me.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You actually get access to my health club. So there it is there. So that's the bronze membership. You get access to that for 30 days. It's worth $11. And there's the code for it. And
thank you.
It was Sophia. So yeah, Sophia wants access to it as well. She can as well. She gets access to that for 30 days. And I teach you about EFT, emotional freedom technique, meditation, exercise, nutrition, how to plan it, all mindset stuff. There's 9 modules. There's over 60 lessons. So it's pretty.
Wow, that's awesome. That's an awesome offer. Self-care is so important. It's so important as a business owner to keep healthy and have self-care for you, because no one does it for you. You got to just you got to remember, you got to look after you 100%. And engaging with someone like yourself is absolutely gold.
They don't teach it at school. It's pretty bad.
They don't. It's very bad.
There's so much. They don't teach you anything about finance. They don't teach you anything about. They teach you about maths, but they don't teach you about how our finance system works. They don't teach us anything about self-care. They don't teach us anything about
boundaries, all that stuff.
Boundaries, creativity. They don't teach us anything about creativity. It's all memorizing stuff and
it's in the box training. It's just all. I do hope there's a shift in the process of how people are educated in the very near future, because it's just out of date, way out of date to where things are at these days. We need to get back to holistically looking at where people are. Everyone learns differently. No two are the same. We've got to just realize that.
So they've done it for decades. They just didn't have it. They didn't advertise it. So it's only if you go and research it and you find out.
That's right.
Yeah, 40% are kinesthetic. I am. So I have to do it and learn it. 40% are visual and 20% are auditory. So 40% actually can watch and learn, and 20% can hear it and learn.
Yeah, that's right.
The school system is set up for the 60%. It's not set up for the 100%.
No, and that's where we have our issues come in, problems come in.
Yeah.
Can only get better.
Right, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Michelle.
Thanks for your time. It's awesome.
Appreciate it for your time.
Thanks, Sophia. And see you next time.
True. So there it is there. So as I said, get in contact with Michelle. There is the websites. And much appreciated for your time. Thanks again, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.